Double barrel shotgun. We clock one whenever we out, son. It's open season. I'm hunting for a honey who could be my buzzing bee. But it's not easy to find love in a world where everybody is so savage. I don't want to do damage to the heart of a beautiful lady.
This is the most romantic day of my whole life.
It's the story we're going to tell our grandchildren. Barbara and Oliver Rose.
Wait a minute, what's your name?
They met. Grace.
Yeah,
God, I love it too.
yeah, you know what it be.
They agreed on
It's
that.
D
Are you happy?
to the H-O-M-E-Z.
So beautiful. And we live here.
Trying to make it
Car,
easy
boy, girl,
for
puppy,
you.
kitty.
I'ma show you.
Bastards never had a chance.
Man, some people just go in way too quick, you know. You gotta take your time. This is how we rhyme. Can we go with the beat,
It
yo?
always starts with the
Yo.
little things.
What rhymes with national acid? A remarkable package for the capital markets, whose origin started for the African captives. You know, this elegant artists, they be acting on mortars. You know, we making a racket like Serena in matches. You be making a racket like Serena in matches. I'm Serena with matches. I leave you in ashes where the winner relaxes. Go be with your mattress, tennis up racket. We're not gonna squash it. Imagine your madness or facing the cactus. You know, you lacking the talent. You need more practice. Tell your teacher, Miss Agnes, to put my name on the atlas. Cause D-HOMEZ is the homie and the homie is a national
I want a
asset.
divorce.
Nah, let's go research on that.
Can't have one.
Go research.
When a couple starts keeping score, there is no winning. It's only degrees of losing.
I am the one who found this house. I bought everything in it with my money.
I can't wait to spend the rest of my life in love with you.
Don't even talk to her.
I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you by my side.
This seems rational.
Oh yeah, we're right back up on this. Today we look at incredible romantic comedies with the twist of the couples having extreme rivalries. I hate you so much. No, I hate you more. The likes of Michael Douglas, Benedict Cumberbatch, Scarlett Johansson, Tyler Perry will feature here. Oh wow, how pleasant. Hang on to your socks. Why is that? Because we're gonna knock them off. Okay, that didn't happen.
I'm sorry.
Our story about romantic rivalries begins with a romantic tragedy, a novel written in 1981 by Warren Adler. It was called The War of the Roses. The novel was based upon the horrific events that happened in the young life of the author Warren Adler. When he was just a little boy, his parents got a divorce, and this divorce put a void on his normal childhood. I think he was about a teenager or so, 21. Around that time. His parents would fight day and night, almost placing the young lives of the children in harm's way. Okay. The daughter of growing up under such harsh conditions pushed him. Warren Adler envisioned a way to write out his frustration, and so The War of the Roses was born. Upon its introduction, it was met with both love and hatred. Those who felt like they were the victims of the story hated and rejected it. This is trash. This put a strain on Warren and his parents' relationship. They abhorred him for humiliating them in such a manner. He said, it's okay, the book is just banter. But was it now? And that's also the strategy that Slim Shady or Eminem used when writing The Real Slim Shady. He based it on his own frustrations with his parents' divorce. In The War of the Roses, a beautiful couple get married, then slowly get everything they have ever wanted. Barbara and Jonathan are celebrities who have gained acclaim thanks to the popularity of their son's stories. Slowly, his parents begin plotting a way to humiliate him. Cool, their celebrity son Warren. What do? They suddenly begin to embarrass him at each and every occasion. Okay, they throw large parties and host wedding events to show that they are in fact the celebrities, not Warren. Everything goes smoothly for them as they begin to gain more and more adoring fans. Okay, that's after they pay them off, of course. Eventually things go off course. It's the adoring fans want more and more. We want more parties, more entertainment, and more outlandish stories to play with. Okay, more alcohol, drinks on me. Eventually the couple find that this life of celebrity is draining, expensive, and it puts a strain on their marriage. Barbara decides she wants the divorce and needs to take everything from her husband. Of course, take everything. Not. Her husband rejects the notion, and the two end up fighting again and again and again. To avoid being found out, the couple hide their problems from their son. They live under the same roof, but things are just not the same. It's like superstardom has gone to their brains. You're not Marilyn Manson. They think they are rock stars who can get away with anything, break the television, break the sofa, anything. One evening they nearly burned the house down after fighting and fighting, from the living room to the garden to just everywhere all at once. The War of the Roses was loved by critics so much that Hollywood adapted it into a script. Academy Award-winning legend Michael Douglas and his Romance in the Stone co-star, co-pilot, the highly decorated Golden Globe-winning legend Kathleen Turner played the main characters in this romantic comedy. It's a dark, or is it black comedy with no black actors in it? Did it? Anyway, you know what I mean. Danny DeVito starred and directed this smash hit, yo. I remember watching it on ZNBC, the local broadcaster, growing up, and I loved it. It was absolutely chaos, and I loved every part of that. The part where the adoring husband turns into a terrorist who sabotages his own household was mind-boggling. I later found out it wasn't actually him, but a shapeshifter was pretending to be him and cause mayhem. It's twisted, my friends. Michael Douglas was an animal, and so was his wife, Kathleen Turner, The title, The War of the Roses, is wordplay. Firstly, their surname is Rose. So, the War of the Roses, the roses. And also, love can get very thorny, much like a rose bush. Roses can be very competitive when it comes to outmuscling other plants in that direction. They want all the sun and perfect ingredients to grow and outshine the rest of the garden. They want to be pretty, beautiful. Similarly, the main characters, Jonathan and Barbara Rose, see themselves as beautiful rose bushes that must be nourished with love and care from their environment. When they don't get admired by their neighbors for how lovely their home is, they fall apart and become distraught. Driven by envy and distrust, they sabotage those around them who seem like they are doing better than them. The consequences of living in such a toxic environment is too ghastly to contemplate. I say, Nigel, jolly good show. Please continue. The title is also a reference to the warring houses of York and Lancaster who were contending for the English throne in the Middle Ages, fighting to be royalty. I am royalty, no, I am royalty. The film, since its release, became a massive classic. The Germans loved it so much that they used it as reference to describe the worst divorce cases ever. Halle Berry got inspired so much by The War of the Roses that he made his own version called Why Did I Get Married and Why Did I Get Married Too, based on the character whose parents are getting divorced. So it's like black version of the hero in this story, and he's also now going through what his parents went through. The brutal honesty portrayed by Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner made all of us turn up at the cinema with horror and excitement, delight and anguish. I feel like the world is judging me right now.
Haven't passed any point of no return.
Oliver is a successful lawyer who becomes wealthy from his incredible achievement. He meets Barbara, a beautiful woman whom he slowly falls in love with. Oliver and Barbara raise children together, but one of their sons becomes too much of a hero. The public love him and adore his boyish charm to the point that he gains several publishing deals at a very young age. Suddenly the attention is not on Oliver and Barbara, but their son. This drives them mad. Why isn't it me? Both of them vow to outwork him, and for a long time this works for them. Oliver becomes more and more prosperous, a workaholic person, and so does his wife, who is a booming caterer. Oliver builds a house that he considers to be his treasure, but it's not just enough. The public no longer show interest in the treasure of the roses. Oh, this drives them bollocks. They continue to try to impress and outdo their celebrity son by hosting the most lavish dinner parties. At first it all works out lovely, but the constant strain of putting up a performance for their guests and again builds a hedge between them. There's a bridge between us bigger than San Francisco. The Roses now loathe each other, or at least one on one side, that is. The husband is still loyal and loving, but his wife now hates him. She wants to rip him apart and take him for everything he has. When Oliver suffers a heart attack, his wife is distraught. His illness gives her feelings of regret and guilt. She wishes she had treated him better. Well, that is all until he speedily recovers. The truth is, Barbara was not counting on him surviving. She was much better off if her husband was dying and not back to his old self-righteous this version of him. Not him again. The couple soon begin fighting again and again until one evening when everything goes to hell. At a dinner party hosted by Barbara, Oliver sabotages it and even threatens to urinate on the feast. He mocks everyone at the party and threatens to throw them out. Barbara feels so ashamed and humiliated such that she begins to plot her vengeance. I shall get back at him. She grabs a gun and nearly shoots him but misses. Next, she destroys his lovely phone and watches Barbara is on a warpath, willing to destroy everything that Oliver had created. The epic conclusion sees the couple both swinging from a chandelier. Talk about swinging from the fence. This scene would inspire Grammy Award-winning legend Sear to write her smash hit Chandelier. I wanna swing from the chandelier, the chandelier. In the film, the chandelier crashes, leaving the couple bruised up and almost dead. Oh. But that's not the end. They go to marriage counseling and make up, then live happily ever after together until the next chapter. Well, a lot of the events didn't really happen the way the movie portrays, because Michael Douglas' character had a shapeshifter imitator person, just messing up his house and stuff. Because if you're gonna build a house, it costs you millions of dollars. You're not gonna just want to destroy it in one go. Okay. The film was such a masterpiece that it helped people understand the meaning of their relationships in a conflict. Okay, we need to slow down. We might end up like them. James L. Brooks and Daniel Castellato, who served as producers and writers, got inspired from this story so much that they made The Simpsons. Oliver would now be called Homer Simpson, and Barbara would be called Marge Simpson. In the 2010s, Tyler Perry adapted The War of the Roses. In his version, several couples get entangled in a war of words, such that they always feel humiliated and rejected by their respective spouses. The movies were called Why Did I Get Married and Why Did I Get Married Too? When the couples meet for a retreat, everything is nice and sweet as everyone wants to portray the illusion that their lives are perfect, but when they're alone, things are different. One character played by Tyler Perry has been hiding the fact that his wife had left him. Oh no. They appear to be living together, but that's only when their friends are watching them. Tyler discovered his wife cheating on him with one of her bosses, and this caused him to lose confidence as a man. Throughout the two films, Perry must overcome the pain and find a way to quietly move on.
Okay? And before all is said and done,
You belong in the kitchen.
And you belong on a corner. Need a pimp?
Why is your wife so irritable?
the secret to a good marriage just might be discovered.
I need you and I love you. Just come home.
Lionsgate and Tyler Perry invite you.
Yeah, so it's
to
crazy,
the event
like,
of the year.
there's a lot going on in this story.
But I am going up this mountain.
There are a number of couples that have to navigate a lot of issues that they're going through.
I like the argument because making up
A lot of things that,
And
they have to deal with.
all over again.
So Tyler Perry is going through a divorce, and his three other friends appear to have it just as bad as him. You get it bad when the one that you love doesn't love you and she wanna kill you. You get it bad. Sorry, Asha, I had to ruin your song. Acclaimed martial arts legend Michael Jai White plays the role for washed-up sportsman. After his career in football, American football that is ended, his wife loved and took care of him like a baby. Michael is now famous again and is making headway as a sports presenter on ESPN. It's ESPN, and we have a washed-up superstar who's now telling us about how the new American footballers are not good. Well, before I got injured, I would play better American football than you guys. Anyway, the recent happenings of him gaining fame and acclaim has caused his wife to rebuke him. She's controlling, unbearable, and toxic. Byron, I built you. I'm the one who made you famous. You got nothing without me. This is no accident. His wife has reasons for entitlement. Her uncle's got Michael the job at Sports Center, and so she feels like she's the one who should be at the center of the team's attention. But does she even know a thing about sports, my friend? Not really, but she's one heck of a player. She got 4 boyfriends and the husband doesn't even know about them. Perhaps she can teach Michael who's adoring fans a thing or two about playing defense, okay? Michael, keep on, Michael. You're too slow. Why are you such a player, Michael? What were you doing last week with that girl, Michael? I'll throw you. Michael is constantly walking on eggshells, but the constant public ranting serves him well. If we just kill her. His bosses love the fact that his marriage is in tatters, and this encourages them to give him promotions again and again. Well, talk about a catch-22. I guess the bosses really love the rude lady. You stack with a wife who's very rude, but her rants are beneficial as the crowd's feed of controversy. It's complicated. Michael is slowly losing his mind, but he must lose it calmly and softly. He knows he will get a divorce and soon everything will end. His story is quite similar to the celebrity who's apparently dating Megan Good. He was involved in some stuff. It got cancelled. He's supposed to be in the Avengers movies, and now he's no longer there. It's a long story. Turns out there was a doppelganger pretending to be him, masquerading as a twin of him, who was then, threatening his then ex-girlfriend. Anyway, this stuff is crazy. It happens. The couple that is arguably the most entertaining is the one involved in a character played by Janet Jackson. A few years ago, her and her husband were involved in an accident, and because of it, their children were taken from them. They were deemed unworthy to be responsible parents, and this put a strain on their marriage. The husband blames Janet for everything, as she was the one driving when the accident happened. Oh, please forgive me. He believes she intentionally tried to kill him, and he doesn't trust her for that very reason. She might kill me in my sleep. And why did I get married too? The two get a divorce, but their fights are really epic, y'all. After a settlement fails to go off as planned between the two, the husband storms off and is involved in an accident. He's presumed dead, and the funeral follows after. What actually happened was Janet Jackson's husband faked the accident to show the police just how much his wife hated him. Soon after everything, she is seen celebrating and quickly finds love again. Okay, she was like, party, my ex is dead. The ending is a question. Should we celebrate when an enemy dies, or should we show remorse as time flies? The fourth couple in the circle involves an overweight woman played by R&B legend Jill Scott and her adoring husband. Throughout the films, it appears as if her husband is controlling and ill-tempered towards his soft-spoken, big-boned, beautiful woman. Truth is, his wife has been manipulating the situation. She got a shape-shifting body double to frame him for ill treatment. She wants to get him arrested, then take all his money from him. Jill plays the victim throughout, but something is just not right. Her husband, who is a famous musician, is happy to play the bad guy. Why? It serves him well, because that way his enemies constantly think he's not doing well. Okay. In part 2, the musician Hobby pretends to be ill with cancer. Seeing that he doesn't have much time to live, gives Jill Scott a reason to love him again. I'm gonna love you. She feels pity for him and even offers to take him back, but it's clearly too late for that. His storyline was inspired by the true background of Chris Brown and R. Kelly. Please don't judge me, and I won't judge you. Both artists have been entangled in controversies that had them arrested and accused of doing despicable things to their spouses. The truth is, they were both innocent, framed for crimes they never did commit, but will the public ever forgive them or believe their plea of innocence? R. Kelly is still serving his jail sentence. Chris Brown, should be out on probation. Perhaps not, but they gotta keep trying to prove that they didn't do anything wrong. It's rumored that the whole incident between Rihanna and Chris Brown was, it was faked by a bunch of shape-shifting people pretending to be that. When you're a black person in the entertainment business, they be coming after you. Okay, it's not easy.
I'm not the only married person
Spooky.
at this table. Checkmate.
And hearts will be broken.
Diane, when you get married, you give up the eyes for us, okay?
And before all is said and done,
You belong in the kitchen. And you belong on a corner. Need a pen?
Why is your wife so eatable?
the secret to a good marriage just might be discovered.
I need you and I love you. Just come home.
Lionsgate and Tyler Perry invite you to the movie event of the year.
Lord, I don't know what this is all about, but I am going up this mountain to save my marriage.
Learn to love.
Yeah, so it is crazy.
Laugh.
I like the argument because
Really crazy in this entertainment business. You have to watch your back all the damn time.
Denise Boutet, Richard T. Jones, Sharon Leo.
Why did I get married and why did I get married too were beautifully made. From them I learned plenty of things about the complications of getting married to a woman who doesn't love you back. Fellas, you gotta be careful with that.
Why did I get married?
In Marriage Story, Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson are a young couple struggling to make it after their son becomes famous. Scarlett's husband becomes a workaholic who's hell-bent on outsmarting his son. The result, however, is frustrating. None of Adam's successes match up to what is done by his son. I hate him. This causes him to have a rift in his blossoming marriage. His wife wants to leave him, citing she feels suffocated by his existence. Truth is, Scarlett got tired of playing the stay-at-home woman. She's jealous of her husband's achievements and now wants to also boss up. I want to be a boss. The epic conclusion of the film sees a breathtaking moment where hubby and wifey are fighting so passionately. The film was highly acclaimed because of its remarkable dedication to showing couples in a realistic environment. Ooh, so much energy. Amazing. In 2025, filmmaker behind Austin Powers and Meet the Parents, Jay Roach, made a massive comeback to make another classic called The Roses. The Roses serves as a remake and reboot of the 1989 classic The War of the Roses, starring Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner. In The Roses, the main characters are British in an American environment. Avengers star Benedict Cumberbatch plays Theo Rose, and Academy Award winner and star of The Bear, Olivia Colman, plays Ivy Rose. The two play a troubled couple on the verge of killing each other. I hate him. No, I hate him. The Roses was met with mixed reaction from both the critics and the audience. It currently has a score of 65% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is fairly okay, good, but not great. Truth is, I disagree with the critics once again. I thought the performances by Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman were breathtaking. The film's edge is its dialogue, full of purposeful sneaky insults. I would say it's one of the best dialogue-driven films of the year. The chemistry between the two comedy titans, Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman, are on full display. They absolutely rip each other apart, and it's beautiful to watch. Satanic laughter. Benedict plays Theo Rose, a renowned architect on the verge of giving birth to his greatest creation. His blossoming career is cut short, however, when an accident happens. Oh no, that forces his company to fire him. You were fired, but what happened? His wife happened. She secretly sabotaged the workings of his beautiful building when he was not looking, leading to an expensive explosion and accident. Whoops, man's laughter. The floor of the building goes viral, leading to poor Benedict almost dying of a heart attack. Oh, the poor guy. Meanwhile, his heartthrob Ivy Rose, played by Olivia Colman, is having the time of her life. Cheers to the freaking weekend, I'll drink to that. Yeah. Thanks to her husband's incredible business initiative, her culinary business is blossoming. We soon see the husband falling down whilst the wife rises to the top. This is no fluke, because Theo sacrifices everything just to make his wife look like a queen. Over the years, his wife rises and becomes famous, but he's the one who's secretly doing everything. Theo soon grows to resent his wife, and his wife resents him too. He's the stay-at-home husband who takes care of the kids while mommy went to work. Suddenly, the situation no longer works as Theo grows outrageously angry at his lack of ambition. Why can't I make something of myself? I'm a loser. He gave it all up for a place in the kitchen. His wife, out of guilt, rewards him by doing what? Allowing him to build her a house, one which, after his designs, come out, wins many awards. This is a beautiful house. Theo is back at his best, but this only furthers the jealousy and resentment that his wife is hiding. In the epic conclusion, the two, after deciding to get a divorce, fight over the ownership of the house. Theo will not give up, and neither will his spouse. Ivy frames Theo for breaking down the furniture. What actually happened was a body double did the whole thing, okay? She calls it deep fake, but it was actually her best friend who shapeshifted into the face and appearance of her husband and began masquerading as him and ruined his reputation, like saying, I smoke crack. Don't trust me with your desserts. The friend then began sabotaging Ivy's work schedule, then pretended it was Theo who did the whole thing. Okay. Ivy now has the perfect ingredients for a perfect storm. She hopes to call the cops, report her husband, then run away with everything. But it doesn't really work out for her. Wifey and hubby are deadlocked in a never-ending conflict. In the end, they burn down their house and escape barely alive. The beautiful house, oh no! The Roses is a black comedy for the ages, not as entertaining or explosive as the previous ones. The Big Bang is slow-paced and calculated, but when it hits, it's over the top. Beautiful big chaos, I love it. It's a great film that can teach you a lot about marriage. You gotta watch it.
We are done.
I say when we're done.
I just want the house. I built it.
Oh, you're not having the house.
We want everything. And he walks out of here with his face still attached. Right, Bruno?
Wow. You're a bottomless pit of need.
Who's going to win?
Making me madder.
He wants
I get this bored.
Jesus.
Gonna win.
Things are getting a little out of hand.
Oh, you think?
I don't think you have the capacity to fix your problems.
Are you actually allowed to say that?
That seems unprofessional.
Yes, like malpractice.
Ah, we'll be expecting a hefty discount.
War of the Roses. Who's gonna win the War of the Roses?